It is Tuesday, May 27, 2025. Mental health is real. Seek help, end the stigma. On the news this afternoon. Stakeholders question progress as River State clocks 58. DG Safety Bureau speaks on final report of Bonny helicopter crash. Local security rescues 19 kidnapped boat passengers along Bonny Wheeling Waterway. President Tinubu condemns child bullying as World March Children's Day. On the foreign scene, British Prime Minister Starmer condemns Liverpool tragedy. I'm Ifechuku Moyele with the news. Now, as the River State government rolls out drums to celebrate the 58th anniversary of the state, some stakeholders say there is nothing to celebrate. Speaking with correspondent Onyeka Chinwosu on this, development expert Professor Kiboye Aaron said the level of development since the creation of River State 58 years ago is not commensurate with huge resources that have accrued to the state.
That the level of infrastructure development in River State is not in any way in sync with the kind of resources that we've had as a state. What we have on offer are people who come just to get money and walk away. They want the dispute, nobody maintaining and nobody building new structures of that kind. People just come, and within the period there, you've seen roads being built twice by the same administration in River State. So for me, it's quite sad that things are this way.
Professor Aaron, who is the head Department of Political Science, University of Port Harcourt, expressed regrets that various governments have neglected the rural areas in the developmental plans.
If you really mean to govern the state, development should be decentralized. Roads should be built in rural areas. And when that is done, there's a whole lot of benefits that come with it. For instance, transportation of goods, from the rural area to urban areas will make easy. When the roads are good, you realize that the transporter will charge less. And one way or the other, it will impact on the kind of prices, the way things are sold in rivers, even in urban centers. But we have rural areas that are completely forgotten, and then you see some people that come to concentrate on Port Harcourt, or maybe you'll be as a local government to develop.
Now, he also blamed the situation on the quality of people that have governed the state.
There are conditions that are conducive to private sector investment, and I think for those conditions appear to be lacking in River State. Our politics has been too much crisis prone. We don't play politics the right way. There's too much conflict, there's too much crisis in River politics. You realize that other places we don't do that. You realize that in politicking we come, people will do election, campaign, and after election, you realize that people tend to come together and move the paper. But in River State, either it's seeking governorship in permanent fear of being unseated, or some other people are struggling constantly to unseat the person, and this pattern has been on, not just with Sinfobra.
On his part, elder statesman Mr. Anab Saraiwe said the political crisis in River State has made development static.
Actually, there's another politics for the public came. The state was at par with Lagos. But today, Lagos has gone far. River State had a series of crises, court crisis, so many crises that drag us back, very backward. And we are trying to recover from that. Lagos is expanding. And now that the new governor came and tried to compete with Lagos, he's trying to cripple them again. So we have been going up and down. We have not really seen the level of development we're supposed to have, comparing, considering our resources and the production that is taking place.
Saraiwe said the discovery of oil rather than making positive impact has taken the state backward.
Our traditional occupation of fishing and farming has been destroyed. That's created a lot of vacancies, a lot of that. Where the fishing and farming are to thrive, if people go to fish, people go to farm. And so you only have very few persons in the white-collar jobs, and you see them doing well. But today, that is not the case. The oil and gas has destroyed our environment, our ecosystem, polluted our air, polluted our ground, polluted our water, and yet we don't have a replacement.
On the role played by traditional rulers in the development of their domain, the elder statesman said the 1999 constitution made it difficult for traditional rulers to play any developmental roles.
When you have no constitutional role, how can you be blamed? The constitution did not give you any room. The local government chairman, the state governors, I just carried them along, knowing the fact that our culture respects the traditional institution. There's nothing they can do by taking them to the background. But because of the culture of the people, at the local government level, the local government chairman organized them and made some provisions for them. At the state level, the classified chiefs are also recognized and given some provision. That is the only way they are surviving. Maybe a few of them will have one or two business. And so how will they influence government when they have no say to government?
Also, a former chairman of Abu Audra local government area, Mr. Vincent Obo, said local government areas have remained underdeveloped in the last 58 years due to lack of full financial and administrative autonomy at the local government level.
Full autonomy, administrative and financial autonomy are not being granted to the local government, and the finances of the local government has not seen the light of the day. Some states still influences the administration of the local administration and the finances of the local government, thereby rendering the local government so vulnerable. Like in Rivers State, as a case study, the administration of the executive governor, he has granted, even before the Supreme Court judgment, he has granted full financial autonomy and administrative autonomy.
Mr. Obu said for development to get to grassroots, anti-graft agencies must beam their searchlight on the processes that throw up chairmanship aspirants in various political parties.
You can't predict if the person has that spirit of developing the area. But when there are government institutions like EFCC, ICPC, and other institutions of government that oversees the utilization of these finances, if government at the center could allow these government institutions to operate freely and effectively, they will curtail that embezzlement or diversion of public funds.
As you may know, Rivers State was created on 27th of May 1967 from the old eastern region by the Yakubu Gowon regime. On the 1st October 1996, the military regime of General Sani Abacha created Bayelsa State out of Rivers State. Rivers State has several ethnic groups which is distributed among the 23 local government areas. To safety and security matters now. The Director General of the Nigerian Safety Investigation Bureau, NSIB, Captain Alex Bade Jr., says the final report on the October 24, 2024 helicopter crash that occurred in Port Harcourt, the Rivers State capital, October last year, will be released before the end of 2025. Bade said this on a Channels television program yesterday. He said the agency now has a good idea of what led to the helicopter crash. Recall that the helicopter with registration F5NBQG, operated by East Wind Aviation and engaged by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, crashed along the waterways in Bonny Island, Rivers State, killing the 8 people on board. And now 19 passengers who were kidnapped along the Bonny waterways in Rivers State have been rescued. A statement made available on Facebook and signed by the Chief Press Secretary and Palace spokesman to the Amayanabo of the source, Elim Kalabari Darefa'a, Christopher Braid, said the victims, who had been held captive for 21 days, were freed on Monday during a rescue operation carried out by the Royal Fuche Security Services, popularly known as the Amama Soldiers. The security outfit is owned by the Amayanabo of the source, Elim Kalabari Asari Dokubo. He said out of the 20 abducted passengers, 19 were rescued alive. Asari Dokubo spoke with journalists after the rescue operation.
We were asked by the Director of State Security to intervene to look for these victims. Some of them have been there for 21 days. This is the height of man inhumanity to man. You steal your fellow men. We dignify it by calling it kidnapping. Our brother, one of our brothers, was among the kidnapped people, and he paid 10 million. He was the one who assisted us to the camp.
Now, Dokubo also said a soldier named Saliu Ibrahim, who was supposed to be the 20th person, has not been accounted for.
It is reported that a military man who was kidnapped along with them has not been accounted for. These are his uniform. Maybe they had killed him. This is his ID card. His name is Saliu Ibrahim. Anybody who know anything about a military man, Saliu is a lance corporal, Saliu Ibrahim. He was supposed to be among the people kidnapped. He was supposed to be the 20th person. 19 a year, he cannot be found.
One of the kidnappers who was captured by the Amama soldiers while being interrogated revealed that the soldier was moved to another location.
So they receive love. We go carry people 21 days. Keep them, they receive love for their head. But now you be love taker now.
Now you were there, how many times they don't kidnap people from here? Come when you know. That is when they kidnap this one. You did there when they bring them.
No, I know they do.
But you see him.
The army man, what do you know about the army man?
The army man, according to them, when they talk, they say you don't go for this way they do, where they do fishing here, they can't go.
Meanwhile, a member of the Maritime Workers Union Kula branch at Dumo Sokari, is questioning why gunboats donated to security agencies are not being used to combat rising insecurity on the waterways. Dumo Sokari spoke in an interview with correspondent Mekotoka while reacting to the abduction of 13 boat passengers along the Isaka River since 6th May. He accused security agencies of using the gunboats to escort company staff and protect private interests rather than safeguarding ordinary commuters, which he said was the original purpose of the donation.
These gunboats leaving to security, they are not using it to patrol the river. That is one of the major problems we are facing. Inspector General of Police and the Commissioner of Police should quickly intervene and ensure that these boats are used for which it was meant for, not to use it to escort company workers alone. The river is not safe for people. Over time, you'll be hearing of kidnapping, adoption, and all that. So we advise that the Commissioner of Police, who is now resident in this state, to quickly call on his people and know what is happening to these gunboats given to security men by the state government.
Dumo Sokari expressed concern that boat drivers and passengers continue to operate in fear due to persistent pirate attacks and appealed for the unconditional release of the abducted 13 passengers. Dumo Sokari also called on the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Wetoku, and the Rivers State Commissioner of Police, Olubenga Adeboju, to intervene and ensure the safety of passengers on the waterways. Now, some residents of Port Harcourt also spoke to a correspondent on this.
This is our country. Sometimes I don't understand what is going on. Because for a kidnapper to call and request for a ransom, at least you could have find a way. There is a way you have to get the people that call. They have phone. We do NIN and all the rest of it in order to identify the hoodlums. Then how can they use that NIN and all those numbers that they have to identify the people, all these people that is terrorizing this?
Not stop it, because somebody might travel on the road and has issue. You might travel you have issue. The alternative is putting the trustworthy security men.
Even to secure them well, then go for security. What the police they do? What all those navy they do? Make them there for the water, they secure all of them. That's the way go market, you come back house, they fear. The support be like that. Make them find solution for us. Make everything.
I recall that in March 2022, former Rivers Governor Nyesom Wike donated 14 gunboats to the security agencies. In 2024, suspended Governor Siminalayi Fubara donated 6 surveillance boats to the Navy, and in February 2025, the Inspector General of Police Kayode Wetoku donated 6 gunboats to the police. Coming up next, President Tinubu condemns child bullying as World marks Children's Day today. Stay with us.
Happy birthday to legendary leader Amechi at 6.
Of continued effort to sustain peace in Emoha local government area, the sole administrator, Franklin Ajinwo, yesterday appealed to the Rumebe clan to embrace peace following report of eternal conflict over oil company resources. Ajinwo made the appeal during a reconciliation meeting with the paramount ruler and stakeholders where the causes of the dispute were discussed. He warned community chiefs and leaders against allowing themselves to be used to incite crisis for personal gain, stressing that benefits from oil companies must serve the entire community, not individual interests.
You cannot be the one to divide their community. You must carry everybody along. Anything that will bring peace to a community, go extra miles to make sure you achieve it. How can you enter a community and you don't recognize the Royal Highness? It doesn't happen anywhere. It's an insult to all of you. And that is what these companies do. They strive on divide and rule. Because they will look for few and pick them and use them against the entire community. Don't allow anybody to use it.
After listening to the grievances, Ajinwo urged stakeholders to work with village chiefs to ensure that resources are channeled towards development, warning that any act of sabotage would attract serious consequences.
Was able to capture the purpose of the meeting. We had this security report that the road wasn't actually in a very good shape. It's a very producing community, and these are companies, when they come, they want to cause division. At the end of the day, I think all interests have been taken care of. Able to dial the tension by their promises. I think it's now going to be very peaceful again. We are appealing to them, trying to make sure the people live in harmony. But if at the end of the day, anybody tries to sabotage whatever efforts we are making, we shall not hesitate to take very serious actions against such a person.
During the gathering, the paramount ruler of the clan, His Royal Highness Eze Christian Amadi Evekwuru, and other chiefs accused some groups of persons in the community of hijacking oil-related benefits for their personal use.
Rumekpe is a clan that has 8 villages. It's very clear now. Whatever that is coming to Rumek. And then we know how to share things. There is no way you can share things without the recognition of the paramount ruler. It is for you to encourage all of us to maintain peace in Rumek. We have suffered almost 10 years.
Many people was working with me and no issue until I say enter. Because of the problem that come out from my brother smart about with me, we are still in court today. Now I say enter. The whole money that come from that manifold, you give who you want to give. You don't give who any longer. That is the actual problem here, not to you. The shell is there. Nobody is stopping any contractor not to eat his own. But you know that little that goes to the community, give to that community so that we can develop our community. If you see the way our community are, we are like forest.
Present at the meeting were retired Commissioner of Police Peter Nwabara, Rumekpe chiefs and youth representatives from the Nigerian Army, Civil Defense Corps, Nigeria Police, Immigration Service, and HLGA. And now the Rivers State Coordinator of African Women Lawyers Association, OLA, Glory Angoriohia, has urged parents of special needs children to rise above the societal stereotype and subtle abuse of these children. Angoriohia said this in a message to commemorate this year's Children's Day today.
Some of the parents lock up those children for up to 6 months. The trauma, the stereotype, we're here to encourage you as an association. And if that child's right is being trampled upon by anybody or any means whatever, please let Aula know about it. So we encourage parents to be proud of their children. They need all the support they can get. They need all the love. That they are special needs children does not make them less children or less human. And I encourage the society at large to celebrate these children. Let's give them all the support that they can get.
Meanwhile, President Bola Tinubu has condemned all forms of child bullying, emphasizing that it has no place in a just and progressive society. In his message to mark this year's Children's Day, the president reaffirmed his administration's commitment to protecting the rights and dignity of every Nigerian child. The president's statement comes as the world marks Children's Day today with a theme, Stand Up, Speak Up, Building a Bullying-Free Generation. And now in business, the Minister of Interior, Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, says more than 200,000 unprocessed passport application backlogs have been cleared since he assumed office. In entertainment, South African singer Tyler has won the highly coveted Favorite Afrobeat artist at the 2025 American Music Awards held last night in Las Vegas. In sports, new Brazil coach Carlo Ancelotti says he is honored and proud to lead the best team in the world and targeted winning the 2026 World Cup.
And now, we bring you news from around the world.
British Prime Minister Keir Starmer says the whole country stands with Liverpool after scenes of joy turned to utter horror and devastation on Monday night. This comes after almost 50 people were injured, including 4 children, after a car plowed into a crowd during Liverpool FC's Premier League victory parade. A 53-year-old white British man believed to be the driver of the vehicle has been arrested.
This is the news on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
That's a wrap on the news this afternoon. Before we go, let's have a look at the major stories. Stakeholders have questioned the progress made since the creation of River State 58 years ago. The DG of the Safety Bureau, an investigation agency, said the final report of the Bonny helicopter crash will be released before the end of 2025. Local security has rescued 19 kidnapped boat passengers along the Bonny-Bile waterway. President Tinubu has condemned child bullying as the world marks Children's Day. On the foreign scene, British Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer has condemned the tragedy in Liverpool. The news was edited by Onyeka Chinwosu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808-721-7215. I'm Ifechukwu Mwanyeli. Many thanks for listening.